What's going on, beautiful people? How y'all doing? Welcome to Goddess Gossip. Y'all, it's been a minute since we seen y'all beautiful faces, and I know y'all missed us because we missed y'all. But we back, and we ain't going nowhere, okay? Period. So it's okay, love. What's been going on in your life over these last, however long it's been?
Don't even. First of all, what's going on, beautiful people? It's your girl, K Love. It has been a long time. A long time. But everything has been, life has just been lifing.
I think life has been lifing for everybody in the world right now. In 2022, we about to go into 2023.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all, do y'all see how fast this year went?
Nah, it really did fly by. It was like just March.
Yo, it was.
I remember when it was March. I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember January.
You don't remember January? I don't remember none of it.
February,
I feel like I go to sleep and wake up and it'd be like the next week every day.
Not for real.
Like for real. Like we already into what's today, the 10th?
Yeah.
It was just the 1st. I'm tired of paying bills. What about you?
The bitch don't stop coming, okay?
Don't stop coming. No. But y'all know how we do on Goddess Gossip. Y'all know how we start every single show. We started with a moment in media. Right, so y'all...
let's talk about it. We've
been going for a while, so it's been a whole bunch of moments in media that have came and gone and sailed and gone that y'all really, really needed to sit down and have a conversation about. So we're going to have a conversation today.
Oh, you know what we got to say first things first?
What we got to say?
R.I.P. to Takeoff.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to put that out there.
R.I.P. to Takeoff. Just have a moment.
Yeah, we can have a moment.
Moment of silence.
All right.
And you know what I would like to add to that moment in silence. When I woke up and seen that news on November 1st, I had to sit with it, and I was like, okay, so he was just present. He was just there. He wasn't interacting with anybody. He was just, what I'm saying? It was in a space. Mm-hmm. And it made me think about, why are black men such a threat to other black men? Like, that's heavy. Because it's a dice game, any kind of interaction that you have with each other doesn't grant for somebody to pull out a gun and shoot somebody. Like, into a crowd, it was a crowd of people there. And from what I've read and seen in the media, allegedly, only the people that had guns were the people on Jay Prince's son's side.
I don't even know.
Okay, so it just didn't make sense to me. Like, to my brothers out there, I need y'all to see value in each other, and I need y'all to stop being threatened by each other. You deserve to go home to your family, and your brother deserves to go to his family. If y'all got an issue, handle it in the street. Fight. Like, please go back to the 80s and fight.
Please bring back fighting.
Like, if y'all need to go and do some boxing classes or something like that, let us know. We can connect you to the right people. But I'm tired of seeing y'all threatened by your brother or your sister and bringing violence instead of having the conversations that need to be had. Y'all just immediately go to violence. And it doesn't have to go that way. It really doesn't. Everybody's life has value. We were all put here for a reason and a purpose. So, with that being said, just make sure that you are valuing your brothers and your sisters in the streets, because it's way too many of us dying unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Way too many of us dying unnecessarily. Now, I'm not sure if he has a family or if he has children, but now his family has to deal with, now he's no longer here. And that's probably the end of the Migos, because aren't all of them family?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Quavo is Takeoff's uncle.
I'm not sure.
And then there's some cousins in there some way.
They all related.
They definitely related. They all grew up in the same house.
Right. So R.I.P. to Takeoff, and I pray that their family gets through this the best way that they can, and they can cope and heal together.
Especially during this holiday season. Because grief is real during the holiday season. So that's one of our moments in media. So on to the next moment. On to the next. Now you want to talk about it?
You can talk about it. Go ahead and start and talk about it.
So who we decided to go? Kyrie.
Let's go into Kyrie.
All right, go
Irving.
ahead. Go.
Okay, so guys, everybody in the world is talking about my brother from Jersey, Mr. Kyrie Irving, because he decided to share a video that was on Amazon. Yeah. Y'all, he shared. He didn't produce it. He ain't have nothing to do with.
He ain't executive. He ain't co-sign. He ain't getting no rights or no money.
No nothing.
None of that.
All he did was what everybody else in the world does, is when they see something that is interesting to them.
Doesn't necessarily mean that they align with what is being said, what is, being shown, whatever the case may be. Something about it,
was like, hey, let me share this.
Yeah.
And he shared it, and now the NBA wants him to apologize, and they got a list.
I'm talking about a list
of things.
Of demands. Look, I feel like it's a list of demands.
It is a list of demands that they want him to fulfill in order to keep his career. Kyrie, I'm with you, my brother, retire. And this is a moment that I think that the NBA, the black men in the NBA can stand in solidarity. And if they decided to say, you know what, we're not playing ball. We're not playing ball till Kyrie can play ball. If everybody was able to stand up and say that, I'm not playing ball. If LeBron said, yo, I'm not showing up. I'm not playing no ball. Until Kyrie could come play, I'm not playing. Because I'm a brother just like him. And my voice matters. And his voice matters. If everybody sat down, they would have no choice but to allow him to come back and play if they wanted to continue to make money. Because if they can afford to pay him $132 million in a year, how much money they making? How much money they making? If he decided to sit down, and if all the other players in the Brooklyn Nets said, no, we're not coming out. We're not playing if Kyrie can't play. Do you know what kind of power that is?
For a fact.
That's powerful. Y'all, we have the power. We, the people, have the power. But we just lack the unity. Our community lacks the unity. Yo, we don't have that backbone that our ancestors had. Like, they wrote for when they boycotted the bus system. They did that for more than a year.
My girl said, "Listen,
a year. They walked for a year. If they had the carpool, get together, help each other, they did that for a whole year to get change.
These motherfuckers can't stay on the same page for 5 minutes.
Not even 5 minutes. You got Shaq and Charles
Shaq
Barkley
really
calling him an idiot. Like, come on now.
He actually said it. Like, I was watching that actual segment.
Like, what are y'all talking
about? And I'm just
like,
that's the problem.
That we don't stand up for each other.
Y'all are literally a part of the problem.
Absolutely. We got to stand. My daddy always told me this. If you don't stand for something,
you gonna what?
You'll fall for anything.
And it's a whole lot of falling for everything right now.
A whole lot of falling for everything.
It's like nobody is willing to really take that stand for what they stand on. And shout out to Maine, More Than the Masters podcast. He actually was talking on that subject as well, where he's like, at some point, we got to just stand for something.
You have to stand for something. Yeah. Or you'll fall for anything. You know what this makes me think about? This makes me think about in slavery when they would take the man and they would demasculate him in front of his family and make him, bring him down to this so that they could get everybody else in line. Like, you don't want to go through this because this is what I did to him. Like, I think it was like they would call him the buck, the guy that they had to break down, the one that they knew was going to buck the system. Right? That's what they're doing to Kyrie Irving. That's exactly what they are doing to Kyrie Irving. They are trying to break him down.
It's ironic that, all of this is happening where he's really becoming very vocal on his beliefs and his spirituality and the journey that he's taken. Like, pay attention. Look, I never really followed Kyrie like that. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a Kyrie fan, so to speak. But this situation made me go and really look into the man. That's one thing about it. Take the politics, take the basketball player, take all of that away. I wanted to see the person. You feel me? Right. So go take a look and peep his social media for the past year. Peep his social media just for the past few years and see how it's just ironic that all of this is happening right now.
But he was also the player that decided that he wasn't getting the COVID vaccine either.
Yeah, I remember that.
So this is just them following up. Okay, so you really just go really do what you want to do. Really all right, so we just gonna make an example out of you, right? Yeah. That's what they doing. That's exactly what they doing. To all the people out there listening, NBA players, if y'all listening to us under the sound of my voice, boycott. Sit down. Don't go play. Don't play. Do not entertain these people because we've been entertaining them forever. And clearly that's what they think all we good for is entertainment. Clowns in their circus. And that's not what's going on in 2022. That's not what's going on in 2022. Y'all, we got to stand with him. I stand with Kyrie. I ain't watching no NBA. I'm not buying no NBA apparel.
Right, I ain't.
You better not watch no NBA games. I don't care if the Boston Celtics playing. You know that's my team too.
You already know.
That's my team too. But I ain't watching them. I'm not watching them. I'm sorry.
Oh my
God. I know they went to the finals last year, but I'm not watching them. You cannot watch the Boston Celtics because they need to be. We shouldn't even be able to watch them because all of them should be sitting down. Man. Could you imagine if only the players that were not African American showed up to play a basketball game in the league?
People's favorite team wouldn't be their favorite team.
It wouldn't be no teams. It's my favorite team. It wouldn't be no teams because everybody on every team in the NBA is predominantly African American men. You remember the movie White Men Can't Jump?
That was a funny movie. I like that movie, and I like that guy that played in that movie too.
What is Woody Harris?
Woody Harris.
I think so. It was Woody Harris. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I think that we just need to stand for something. If you don't take anything else from this, stand for something. Don't fall for anything, man. Yo, you have power.
That's definitely a fact. Y'all really have to understand that you have massive power. And that's the reason why this is even happening, because they realized that his voice, they was like, well, look at how many followers he has. And they understand.
They understand.
They understand.
They understand. We don't understand. We don't understand the power of solidarity and the power of unity. And that's what all the communities, that's what they do. That's like segue into, okay, we was going to talk about Kanye West. Hey. What they doing to Kanye? Same thing.
But I will say, Kanye know what he doing. Let's say, yes, what they doing to him, but Kanye know what he's doing too.
Yeah, he's strategically,
because he's very strategic. He posted something where I shared it when it was like a picture of him and his kids, and he was like, my kids don't even know what I really just had to go through to make sure that this family legacy remains this family legacy. And this was way before this whole situation even happened.
Yeah,
Kanye really already been on his 1-2s before this situation.
He actually did I think was it Drink Champs where he said he wanted out of all of his contracts.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He wanted out of all of his contracts.
Yeah.
And guess what he got? Out of all of his contracts.
Like, come on. You know what he doing, man.
I believe that Kanye has a plan that none of us sees behind his crazy genius. I believe that
definitely that.
I believe that he's still grieving his mother's death. That's why he does behave sometimes erratically in some ways, and you be like, I don't know, about that, but okay, I'm gonna rock with you. But I think the greater good of it is that he definitely knows, as she said, what he doing, and he wants to make the Yeezys more affordable for people. That's what he said. He said he want to make it more affordable for people. And then I love the fact that he don't care about dropping no names. He just gonna say it. Whatever.
Yeah, he just gonna like whatever comes up comes out at the end of the day. And Shaq said he came at Shaq and Shaq had dropped something. I forgot what Shaq said, but he don't care.
He really don't.
He don't care.
And then another thing that I want y'all to do is when the media drops stuff and they give y'all clips, please go watch the whole thing. Get some content. Please go watch the whole content.
Get some content about what you posting and sharing, and get some content. Just a tad.
And watch the whole video. If not, if you don't go watch the whole video, watch the 5 minutes before the 5 minutes before the context release and the 5 minutes afterwards, so you can have it in its entirety. Because even when Kanye was on Drink Champs and he was saying I'm jealous of the Jews because they can unite. I'm jealous because they understand the value of family. I'm jealous because they actually take care of each other. Yeah, he wasn't saying nothing against the people. And we're not going to start no jumper. I mean, at the end of the day, if ish is on the end of something, what that mean, Kayla?
I don't know.
Like ISH, like black-ish, that mean like it's like questionable, right?
I'm sick of you, okay?
I'm just saying.
I'm sick of you.
Ish. Like, I'm going to be there around 12 o'clock-ish. That means I can show up at 12, 12:15, 12:30. You know what I'm saying? It's ish at the bottom. So I ain't even going to connect the words that I'm saying.
Anyhow.
But anyhow, moving on to the next topic, right? I know you guys see this beautiful book that we have sitting here that says Epically Awesome. And the author is Miss Rukama Goldstein, y'all. This book is actually really epically awesome. This is my beautiful therapist. She is an African Hebrew Israelite. She's actually from Israel. She grew up there. She grew up in the communities there. She lives there. She's an amazing, amazing person. She is an intuitive healer. Guys, please go out and Google Epically Awesome. I believe the website is www.epicallyawesametoday.com. Order your book. If you need some tools, some strategies on how to operate as your authentic self so you can be happy at all times and master self, this is a book that you want to get, okay? This woman has changed my life. When I have my little moments, y'all, and y'all know I'm a Cancerian, so I'll be having moments. Okay.
Emotional.
I know nobody asked you. Okay. Nobody asked you. Okay. But when I have my little moments, y'all, this is who I go to. And she always shows up for me, and she's epically awesome. So as I said, y'all, go out and she definitely shows up. And she's for the community. She's for the people. So if you need a new read, this is something that I recommend that you get. So go to www.epicallyawesametoday.com and order your book today. So, okay, y'all.
So next you have to talk about our guy.
What guy?
From Atlanta.
What guy from
Atlanta? The video.
Oh, no. You're going to talk about the guy from Atlanta.
I'm sick of you.
In the video.
So, no. Yes. What was that yesterday that I shared it? I don't even remember, but it was definitely in the past few days. The video of Scrappy. What was that? Like a reunion?
Girl, you know I don't watch
hip hop.
I don't know. I just
don't
seen
really
the clip.
know. I seen the clip too. I don't even know what they was talking about. Look, I ain't had no context.
Look, we didn't get the 5 minutes before the 5 minutes after
no
context. All we got was this.
It didn't even matter. It didn't even matter.
No, because that moment right there was all that you needed.
All I saw was he was just it was an unpacking moment.
It was definitely a moment of release that he's been carrying for a long time. So let him know who we talking about.
Little Scrappy.
Little Scrappy talking to Mama D.
Yeah. And I want you to tell him exactly what you told me as far as what he said, because you got the words verbatim.
Okay, so if you guys didn't see it, Little Scrappy shared, it was a clip of Little Scrappy talking to his mother, and he was letting her know, like, how he grew up. Like, I couldn't sleep in my bedroom because I had to come sleep with my mama because I grew up in a trap house. And clearly, I guess, Mama D sold drugs when he was little. And that's how he grew up. And he let her know emotionally, I can't go to my wife and talk to her. His words was, I can't go to my wife because she hard. I can't come to you because you hard. Y'all harder than my granddaddy. I got to stand on this concrete like pretty much by myself. And hearing him say that, it was like, whoa. And y'all know I always talk about the emotional support for black men. And when he said that, it was like, whoo.
It was like, oh, this is why this is necessary.
This is why this is necessary. Like, and I know for sure that he is not the only brother that feels like he can't go to the women in his life to actually unpack. Or to actually have a safe space. To actually just be able to dwell and be like, okay, let me let her femininity come off and rub off on my masculine energy so that I can have some balance today. And because we are operating in this world to where a lot of women
standing in masculinity,
standing in it. That's where they want to dwell at. They don't even want to touch.
Now, in their defense,
they have
because y'all know what we known for. Y'all know the women. They kind of, y'all listen. In you guys' defense, we understand that sometimes you have no space to operate in femininity.
And I could attest to that because I'm a single mom, and a lot of the times I have to stand in that space of embracing more of the masculine side of me because I have to. It's not that I want to. I have to in order to survive. I have to step into that space. So when he said that, his wife is hard. How can he can't even unpack or talk about the things that really have affected him emotionally because he can't even talk to his wife.
That's supposed to be, who he can go to.
Right. If he couldn't go to his mother, he should be able to go to his wife.
Right.
But then that also goes to how they say you seek out to marry somebody like your mother. That's what he did. Yeah. He has somebody, and that's probably why her and mama D don't get along.
That's probably why they bump heads the way they do. Because they so much alike.
Because they so much alike. Yeah. And to bring light to that, ladies, we gotta be able to figure out how to be that safe space.
That segues into our show topic.
That segue into our show topic?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kayla gonna give y'all the show topic. We done talked about that. That was a long
moment in media. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a minute since we really chopped it up about anything. So those were just some topics that are going on currently that, deserve some conversation for the nation.
Definitely conversation for the nation, because there's definitely a whole lot of top moments in media. Because y'all know, it'll be something that is like detrimental to the whole world, and y'all will just scroll past it real fast.
That's what we hear, but we be trying to let y'all know. Like we're gonna have some Akon news for y'all later.
Akon and Young Jeezy.
But no. So today, with that being said, as we segue, and having a discussion around Little Scrappy and not being able to have those conversations with his mother, his wife, and the women that are in his life, we're going to talk about creating sacred spaces for men.
Yo, you know how serious this topic is?
Yeah.
Because our brothers are out here suffering in silence. They don't know what. They don't know where to go to turn to. They just think that they're supposed to carry this energy all the time, because even from childhood, when you had that little boy, say if you're a mom with a little girl and a little boy, and they both fall at the same time, you say to the little girl, "Oh, mama, get up. It's okay. Let me kiss you, your boo-boo." And the little boy, you tell him to dust it off. Get up. What you crying for?
Yeah.
Boy, hush. Boys don't cry. Boys do cry. Boys have feelings. They have emotions, just like you. We are all in a human form. That does not change their makeup. They may do things different and operate differently. They may carry their emotions different, but they still have them, and they still feel some type of way. So
you gonna know when they feel some type of way,
right? And a lot of them don't have the emotional intelligence to actually even be able to express themselves, so you could actually hold a space for them, because they are taught that their voice don't matter.
Early
on, mommies silenced their little boys' voices emotionally. Right.
Yeah, not even just mommies, just in general.
Society.
Society,
society
because
does
it's
that.
like they go to school, it's the same way.
Right.
Whether they're at home, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, it's the same way.
And I would say that it's more prevalent in our community with young black men than I see it more in our community with our young men. And that's why they go through so many things, and they go through these systems, and it's just like a never-ending cycle, y'all. Like, if you teach him not to tap into his emotions at home, and then he go to school and he acts out because he doesn't know how to handle his emotions, and then he get in trouble in school for not handling his emotions correctly or knowing where to direct that energy.
Where did he learn it?
Right. He learned it at home, but then if he go to school and he misbehaves in school, then that's the prison, that's the school to prison pipeline. And now because he acted out in school, and now he in trouble, and now he in tribunal, and now he in juvenile.
Yeah.
And now that's just a setup to dunk him right on into the prison system. Like, do y'all see the cycle? And this cycle happens a lot of the times because they don't have a safe space. They don't know where to go talk about how they feel.
And also at the same time, and this is kind of a little off a subject, just a tad, but women have to, because we talked about, being a single mother and things of that nature. You being a single mother don't take away from the fact that you're responsible for putting men in them kids' life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that you're dealing with this man on any level. I'm saying like an uncle, a brother. You get what I'm saying?
Uncle, a cousin, a mentor in the community, a pastor, anybody like that that's going to add value to your young man's life. Because to be honest, sisters, it's just things that we can't teach them. It's just things that we can't give them. We can do our very, very best, but it's things that men need to teach men, and it's things that women need to teach women. Little girls, rather. However you say that. Whatever. But it's just those elements that we need to figure out the balance within those things. Like, my daughter's father is deceased. But when I know I need a male's perspective or she need male masculine energy, I have brothers to talk to. I have brothers to call and give her that energy so that they can hold that space for her, because I know that I'm not capable of it, because I can only be her mom. I can only be her mom.
I love that you said that. Yeah. Please know that. Yeah. You can. Yeah.
I could only be her mom. I can do my best to fill in for certain things, but I can only be her mom. So we want you to really like sit with, where is my child safe emotionally? Like, where are they safe emotionally? Are they safe with you?
I was just about to say, are they safe with you? Have you created an environment to where they feel comfortable coming to you? And honestly, of course, that can be for young men and young women, but this particular segment is specifically about our young men. So with that being said, what have you created, for him to be able to come to you? If your son comes to you and, he got an issue, can he actually trust that he can talk to you about it and everybody in the family don't know about it type deal? You know how our parents do.
You ain't gonna tell that.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, so you have to create the space that he even feels comfortable to come to you.
Okay, and I got one more to add to that. And for the sisters that have the children, that no one created a safe space for you, it is now your duty and your job to figure out how to create that space for yourself and within yourself, because now you have children that you are responsible for. You are responsible for your children's emotions, for them to have a healthy emotional journey in life. You're responsible for that. So if you wasn't given that space as a child, which a lot of us wasn't, that's the time for you to do the self-work so that you can become that safe place for them. If you know you got issues, it's okay, because we all have experiences and probably really traumatic experiences as children. But now is the time for you to heal. It's now a time to heal, because if we don't sit and do the work for ourselves, we really gonna lose our babies.
And that's where that's where them generational curses come from. You didn't do the work, so right. You pass that trauma down to your children.
Right, and I think that we also forget that we ain't even 7 generations from slavery yet. So we still got a lot of trauma still going on within just our DNA, period, right? That we are now responsible for doing the work to change. There are so many outlets for us, guys. You can find a safe space in your sister. You can find a safe space in your brother. You can call a therapist. It's so many places that you can find this place. Therapy is good,
I was
y'all.
just about to take that. I was literally about to take it there. Let's take away the stigma when it comes down to therapy, okay? For men and women.
Yes.
Especially our people. Like, it's necessary sometimes, all the times, most of the times, to have a completely unbiased opinion. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but these people, you know, they went to school for it. They trained in it. But it's so necessary. You mentioned how Rukama literally changed your life.
Y'all, listen, I could call this woman, right? I can call her and be on 10. 10, y'all. She could ask me 5 questions. 5 questions. And make me filter through how I feel. And after I filter through my emotions, because emotions is just energy moving, right? After I filter through the energy moving through my body, she can bring me back down to here. And now I'm okay. But if I didn't realize that, okay, something's going on with me emotionally, let me tap into it at this very moment. Because in this moment, I'm gonna honor myself and how I feel. Let me figure out how to filter through this. And I found a safe space. I can't go to my mom and talk to my mom. I can't go to my dad and talk to my dad. So some of y'all may have that same situation where you can't go to your mom or your dad. But I promise you, it's somebody in your community that you can go and talk to, that you can release to, that will be a safe space. I always tell y'all, create a love village. I got one. It works. Because when I'm off my scale, my love village will step in for me. And I just know who to go to for what. And they help me put it back in balance. We need each other. Like that whole, I don't need you, I don't need them. Yo, we need each other. We originally come from villages of people that were there and stood in spaces for each other. In our villages, we had what did Gracie call me? We had women that you can go and consult with.
I can't think. I know what you're talking about too, because you said what did Gracie call you? It immediately came to mind.
Goodness, oh my goodness. Yeah. You had spiritual moms in the villages. Like you used to be able to go and consult with this woman because women are wisdom. Women carry wisdom. You can go to her and she'll give you some little 2 drops of wisdom, and you'll be like, okay, I can navigate through this. And I think that we're missing that element. Oh my God, I wish I could find this word, and I cannot find this word. What he calls me. Spiritual. I don't know, Kayla.
It's all good. At the end of the day, we come from a village, and we need that.
And we need to have those spaces. So ladies, when it comes to creating this sacred space for the men in your life, we not only talk about the men that you're intimate with, we talk about every relationship that you have with men in your life, your son, your father, your husband, your cousin, your coworkers. Know that they are dealing with a lot emotionally, and we don't need to add to that plate. Like, actually just sit back. The dopest thing that I learned how to do was to listen. Mm-hmm. I learned how to listen without judgment. And when I tell y'all the conversations that I have with my brothers, you will be surprised. And they just say, Jamila, you carry this energy to where I know I'm safe. And it's peace. It's peace. I know you're not going to judge me after whatever I say. Girl, y'all got to see how they let me check them sometimes. Y'all wouldn't believe this. Like, I told this brother the other day, he was talking, and I was like, I looked at him and I said, you trust me? He said, yeah. I said, well, I'm going to need for you to stay in here and be quiet and let this sister talk to you, okay? And when she's finished, you can respond however you would like, but in this very moment, I don't need you to say anything, okay? I just need you to be present and listen. And he looked at me, and he looked at her, and he let the sister say what she had to say. But had I not said that, he would not have let her speak. He was going to interject because he is from New York. He was going to interject in whatever she had to say. But he said that my energy and my energy gave him peace, and he knew he was safe. And I was like, wow, that's deep, because I hadn't said a word to the brother. Like, not a word. And he said that when he seen me, he felt peace, and he knew he was in a safe environment. And I was like, that's dope. That's real dope. And that's what we want them to feel when they come into our spaces. We want them to feel like they safe and that they good. Like, I'm not gonna come for you like the world coming for you, because I see how the world comes for you, because the world comes for me the same way.
Yeah. And like, I know it's coming for you heavy.
It's coming for you heavy.
Every which way.
Because they know if our men united, and if our men knew the value of their voices, they would be in trouble. I just wanted to push one of these buttons over here, but I don't know which one to push. So
y'all, let me tell y'all something. So, y'all, we got a little setup. Y'all see our little setup and all of that, right? I don't know why they let Jamila sit over there by that box. Because I know she's been tempted this whole time to drop a bomb or something crazy shit.
Can I just let me touch one of the buttons?
Exactly. You see what she did, right? All right.
That's why I shouldn't have touched the button. Okay.
I told her to learn it before we started. Now here she go with the womp womp. I'm over you.
I clapped you out. There you
go. I'm done. That's it.
Listen, y'all know how we do. This is Goddess Gossip.
It's been a minute though, so I'm just.
Y'all lucky I ain't pressed all of the buttons just to give y'all all of the sound effects. But back to what we were saying though. All right. Back to being serious.
This is bloopers. Sorry. Y'all know y'all really do get the behind the scenes, because the behind the scenes is the
There is no behind the scenes on Goddess Gossip. This is what you get.
Goodness.
This is what you get. Y'all
Clowning.
know what we do. I'm gonna push another button later, but we're gonna finish the topic. All right. So we were saying safe spaces. Yes, create that safe space. Yeah. And if you are in doubt about creating a safe space, or you have issues, learn how to be a safe space for yourself first.
Yeah, do the self work, and that's gonna be where it starts at. Because first of all, I'm gonna tell you, you can't be nothing for nobody if you can't be there for yourself. You gotta get you together, and that's why we mentioned the whole idea of like passing trauma, this, that, when it comes down to generational curses, all of that stuff. It starts with somebody making the decision to do the work. Right. It could be day one or one day. The difference is going to be in your decision. And so somebody is going to have to make the decision to, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my shit together.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call this therapist, because I don't know what the hell going on in my life. And it's okay.
Life is life.
And it's okay. Nobody's perfect. I think that we have this falsehood in our minds, like, oh, we supposed to be perfect. I don't know everything.
This is the world of social media, because everybody ain't who they post to be.
Please know that everybody on social media posts they highlight reels of their lives. I'm telling you, they post a highlight reels. They got 10,000 friends on social media. That's why it's funny
that they came out with it and it's called reels.
You know because it really ain't real.
Because like that's really what it is. Like
it's just a real. It's a real version of your life. And half the people that you follow, that you are trying to mimic your life behind, they ain't got it together. They ain't who they supposed to be. And when we say post, we mean like POST, to be, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they not who they supposed to be. And we out here trying to be like y'all out here trying to be like the rappers want to go get a Rolls Royces, and he rented it from my homie.
Okay, look, whole rental.
He don't even own that car, cause he signed a bad contract. He ain't getting paid.
I really do be like that.
It for real be like that. Just and we want to be like them. Nah, just be who you are. For real though, really create the space for yourself. Like she said, it's the self-work that matters. Like once we can change each other, then each one can teach somebody else. If I can do the work for me and I can get these lessons, then maybe I can shed some light on it for you. Because sometimes it ain't, how she said, life be lifing.
Understand.
For real. And sometimes you got to realize that you have the power to transfer your energy to wherever you desire it to be. Like if you're having a bad day, you have the power to make it a good day.
Yeah, we just had this conversation on the way here. For real.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're having a bad day, you do have the power to make it a good day. Like yesterday,
you're in control.
You are in control. When you allow other things outside of you to control you, then you are not in the driver's seat of your own life.
Heard you.
Okay? Because, I be having moments. Like, yes, and you know what was beautiful about this with me and my journey in self-healing and growing is now when I have those moments to where I'm like off my shit, I sit with myself and I go, does this moment really matter? How is this going to affect you? Is this going to affect your future? Take a moment, Jamila, like, How Rukrama always say, be great. Give the same grace that you show other people. Give that same grace to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you're not perfect. You're human. It's okay. You can make mistakes. It's all right. I'll take a moment, y'all, and I'll breathe, sit in the car, listen to some music, listen to some jazz, do whatever it is I have to do, and I can move forward. Like, move forward. It was times that I didn't have this skill, and I would be so caught up and energetically consumed by what was going on in my life that I couldn't see an end point. But creating that safe space for myself and doing the work for myself allowed me to show up for the people in my life. And that's just what we want you guys to do. Create that space for yourself so that you can show up for the men in our lives. Because, brother, they going through some stuff.
And we need them.
Listen.
That's just what it is.
Period. I don't care what you say you got going on. We need our men. We definitely need our men. Because you can't live in no house. No car. You can't drive no cars. You can't. Your food ain't getting transported where it's going. I mean, who driving the majority of these trucks is transporting the food around the country? Yeah. Our men. Who building these houses? Our men. Even though we can go out here and do it.
Yeah, we're not taking it away. We always got to put our lady disclaimer. We got to put our lady disclaimer.
We can do it.
We're not taking nothing away from y'all ladies. We know that y'all could be, all of that stuff too. But we just saying.
It's a male-dominated thing, right? And my mind just said this. Because, don't take offense, but because we desire to do all of these things, it's taking us out of our natural elements to be able to sit and nurture our children and create these safe spaces because we are so caught up in what society says we have to do, we not present where we really should be present. And I understand why, because we have things to do. We have to get it done. But just imagine if you could really bask in your femininity and sit and raise your kids. Like, for real, raise your children. Like how our grandparents was raised, like 16 of them in one house. How did she do that? That woman had superpowers. Like, that's, okay.
That was a special superpower.
And everybody did it. But they understood the value of family. Yeah. Like, I had 16 kids. They probably had 16 kids because they owned a farm. And they weren't about to hire no 16 people to come work on the farm. They gonna use these 16 kids. What you talking about? We got labor right here, right? So understanding that family matters, building the structure of family matters, and if we can go back into the space of actually being more present for our children and our community and our men, because we are the people that nurture the children, the community, and the men,
right? To
uplift them to where they need to be, so that we can still move forward as a unit. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. What do you think, Kayla?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You got to feel that shit and heal that shit so that we can show up.
I like that. Feel that shit, heal that shit so we can show up.
That's speaking of which, that I got an event December the 11th.
Okay.
And it is Reactivate Sis. Shout out to Martika Jackson for that opportunity. And this is totally, it's actually kind of in line with what we're talking about. That's why I'm mentioning it, because Martika came to me during a time where life was really lifing, okay?
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, because I want you to speak on mental health. What? Who you want to speak on what? Not me. Not when life is life the hell out of me right now. You want me to talk about some mental health? I'm a mental health patient at this moment. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? But it just was like, okay, I see what you're doing. And that was a time for me to really pay attention, like, oh, I got some work to do.
Right. Because if I'm supposed to be going to teach, I got to do some work.
I got to do some work. That's why I've been off the grid.
Y'all know Kayla will go off the grid in
a minute. I know I will. Quick,
in a
fast.
minute. She will disappear.
Like, hey, love, where you been? I've been here.
But she ain't going nowhere no more. If life start life on her ass, I'm going to go life her ass. That's what's happening.
Like, yo, I'm about to two-piece you if you don't come and record this show. Like, that's that.
I'm pulling up. She know I'm pulling.
Yo, I ain't going to lie. Word to everything I love. Somebody pulled up at my house the other day, y'all, and we didn't know who it was, and I forgot that Jamila got her new car. I was like, yo, do not tell me that Jamila just popped up at my house again, bro. It wasn't you. But I swear in my mind, it was you.
Because, I'm pulling up.
In my mind, it was you. Because Jamila don't play with me, y'all.
I am the pull
This year,
queen.
Jamila made my birthday, y'all. She really made my birthday. She pulled up on me.
I'm going to pull up. If I love you and I deal with you and I see you going through something, I'm going to show up for you.
Yeah.
I am definitely going to do my best to show up for my people. So, with that being said, what else we got for the people?
That's really it.
That was our show, y'all.
That was that.
Yeah. So, guys, thank y'all for tuning in to Goddess Gossip. Y'all know how we do.
Spreading love.
Speaking truth. And sharing knowledge with the people. Y'all know that's what we do. Every time we get behind these mics, we're going to give y'all something to take away with.
Conversation for the nation.
And we hope that y'all took something from this show and that it added value to you or even stimulated another thought process in your brain
about to say that.
About how can I start healing myself? Or am I a safe emotional space for the men in my life? My children, the men in my community, the men in my family. Do I show up to support them emotionally? Do I pay attention to what they're going through emotionally? Like, the reason why we have so much stuff going on is because people are out of sync with their emotions. Mental health is like a big, big thing right now. We are just fresh out of a pandemic and fresh into a recession. So it's a lot going on mentally with a lot of people. And if we don't show up for each other, we're going to lose each other. Okay? So guys, please show up for your brothers and your sisters in your community, whether it's just sitting down and being a mere ear, giving advice, showing up, being supportive. If you see that woman struggling with her kids, help her. You see that brother struggling, help him. We need each other. We are each other's safe spaces, okay? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I love y'all. Yes. Peace and blessings. And make sure y'all tune in next week because our goal, this is $1 million podcast.
Y'all already know.
Y'all already know.
Feel me?
You feel me?
Merch on the way.
Merch on the way.
I'm trying to tell you.
Merch on the way. So thank you guys for tuning in to Goddess Gossip. We love y'all. And
it's K-Love, and I'm signing out.
Peace.
Clown.
I just had to do that.
Clown.
I just